Hey guys, what's up? I know I have to continue this series, so I'm gonna do this with this live stream, talking about Guts' arm cannon. So I had a really funny video stored and planned, but I figured it's kind of like impersonal, and I kind of like talking to you guys live from time to time. But yeah, we'll go into why I think Guts' arm cannon should get upgraded and why it is one of the most important weapons to be upgraded. But before that, I don't have a sponsor or anything, but I would say before I dive into Berserk, there's another B word that we need to talk about. Look, something is happening. I know this is not a finance channel, but I'm just saying hi. I love you guys, and you should look at cryptocurrencies. Something is happening in our world, and the world is changing. Not financial advice, but if you don't have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, consider looking into that. And if you have any questions, just ask me and let me know, and I'll answer them for you guys. Okay? I just want you guys to be on the same level as me if something pops off and the financial system changes on a flash. Sorry, I was running and stuff today. So, anyways, when it comes to Guts' arm cannon, the reason why I think it needs to be upgraded is because we saw a team that goes on in the Willow Berserk. The most powerful element, if you guys probably realized it by now, is fire. From day one, we saw that fire has been used to defeat a lot of strong enemies. Activate his belt. Um, I feel like the behelit that Guts has, it's there for someone else, because the behelit is being held like a behelit goes to its owner no matter what. And if we think about it, Casca didn't have her mind and stuff, and Guts has sacrificed so much for her. I feel like it might be a situation where she feels like she needs to make a sacrifice for him to help him. I don't know how that situation will unfold, but we know that Casca has something that she doesn't want to lose, like the Moonlight Child, right? And I know people don't think Griffith could turn good again, right? He's done too much and stuff, but the Moonlight Child is a part of Griffith. So a scenario could play out where, like, it's possible, yeah. Well, this is the scenario me and Rush talked about, right? If Casca and Guts and them they're fighting, and then Griffith had some ulterior motives for using God Hand, right? And then they're fighting against the God Hand. Remember, all of them are gods. Griffith somehow is like getting messed up, and then the Moonlight Child manifests itself. Casca might make a sacrifice to allow the Moonlight Child to be the sacrificial land to make her into an ultimate goddess or something. I'm just like, I feel like Casca, she's not had a role for so long, she might have a pivotal role later on in the series. And it won't shock me if she becomes the sacrifice. So that's how I see it playing out. But as far as the gun arm or the arm cannon of Guts getting upgraded, the reason why I think that's going to be upgraded is because if you notice, like with Flora in the forest and everything, apostles are very weak against fire, at least the weaker tier of apostles. And in Guts' battles, most of the battles he had with the apostles, he's always using arm cannon to defeat them, and it's done severe damage to them. So that's why I could see his hand cannon being upgraded. Um, Maybe he has a Dragon Slayer. I don't know if they could use like fire magic and stuff, but it would make sense to upgrade a weapon of that caliber to allow Guts to fight more powerful apostles or draw them, right? Because yes, his sword is his main tool for fighting. I feel like his sword, like, he can't really like fight and kill like entire army of apostles with just his sword alone, right? Like he beats apostles, but the level of apostles that will be coming for him later on, I feel like he needs to have something a little bit more potent than just the Dragon Slayer. And yes, the Dragon Slayer could cut astral beings and stuff, but it left that dragon still alive. It cracked his armor, but the dragon Rumble is still alive, and he has other apostles to worry about. So I feel like his team will be divvy up to fight against the stronger apostles too, and people may die, but I feel like Guts needs some more upgrades to be on the level he needs to be at to fight against Griffith and everybody else. So that's my 2 cents on it because again, like if we look at when he fought against the Count, the Am Cannon, when he fought against the Frary, am canon. When you fought against Zod, am canon. When you fought against, well, Ganeshka, I don't think you're using am canon there now. You know what I'm saying? It's a recurring theme, like, you know. So it would be cool if it got some magical upgrade where it could fire like fire bullets and stuff. And it's his go-to for mowing down mobs. You know what I mean? He runs there with the crossbow, like the repeater crossbow, and just start and everything. So wow. Oh, sorry, I just saw something very healthy today. But anyway, yeah, the arm cannon. I believe that it's going to be upgraded, and it needs to be upgraded so Guts could fight. Sorry, something popped up here. Oh yeah, keep it clean. But what do you guys think? Like, do you think that Guts is going to get upgrade for his arm cannon? And that's the thing I wanted to talk about. So other things I want to do, right? There's other series I want to talk about. Like there's this one called 8 Kaiju. I want to make a video on that on the channel if it's okay with you guys. 8 Kaiju is a new Shonen Jump series, and it's really interesting. And I think, like, if it keeps going the way it's going, it's only 7 chapters so far, but if it keeps doing the quality of work it's doing, I think it's going to be #1 series, honestly. Not like beating Berserk and stuff, but I think it'll be a top Shonen Jump series. Again, it's called 8 Kaiju. So 8, the number 8, and then Kaiguu. So yeah, that's Kaiju. Yeah. But the thing about it is that series, I think, like, if you guys are looking for something new to check out and stuff, I think you guys will enjoy it. It seems like it has a little cheesy factor, but it's actually really interesting to me. I could be wrong, but I think you guys should check it out. What else? What else is going on in the world of manga? Berserk needs to continue ramping out the chapters, man. Like, I'm so bored. You know what I mean? Like, I really like how they left us on the cliffhanger, but the thing is now I might not see another chapter till what, the end of the year, probably? Next year, even? But I like the way Miria writes because it's like so many things can happen going forward in the series and everything. And I feel like if he gets upgraded all the way to the top, he mightn't be able to beat the Gohan per se, but he'll have a better fighting chance. I hope it doesn't end like Devilman, where, and sorry, hopefully I'm not spoiling it for you guys, but in the series Devilman, you know, everybody dies. Wait, who do you think will upgrade the arm cannon, and how would they do it? Look, yes, all right. So the arm cannon, I think it could be upgraded by the dwarf, because again, dwarfs are known for making great weapons and tools. And the thing is, right, if you look in the world of Berserk again, the element of fire plays a pivotal role for defeating many bosses and villains. Like Flora used fire to block everybody. Shireke used fire in Kashka's mind several times to block all the dick-like penis monsters and everything. Excuse me the language. But, you know, fire, one, has always played a pivotal role in the world of Berserk, right? So, and if you think about it too, like just in terms of like magic and stuff, like the most powerful magics are what? Fire, lightning. Yeah, I really think I'm like a elemental, because if you wrote a sign on it, right, or seagull, whatever you call it, it should be able to make like fire from the underworld and stuff like that. Because if you think about it, right, in Berserk theory, we know portals and stuff exist in the world of Berserk. We saw Griffith using portals and stuff. So if there's a way to summon magics like fires and stuff from deep within like the astral realm and stuff, like so astral realm fire and flames and stuff like that, or it doesn't even have to be that crazy. You can have like a salamander, like we saw with that kid Ishiro. His sword is a salamander sword, right? So it has the little flames on there. Something like that, but just a little bit more intense for Guts to handle. Because again, not to downplay the arm cannon, but the arm cannon is Guts' most powerful weapon. Like, people will be like, oh no, it's Berserk armor. No, it's not. If you think about it, sorry, just gum. Yeah, if you think about it, the arm cannon is Guts' most potent, holy crap, I'm in a bad situation, time to get out of it, boom. And I'm doing it, boom, because he pulls the rope and does it so cool, you know what I mean? So I think the arm cannon is needed to defeat like the monsters he's going to be facing on later on. And think about it, if he has something that spew out like dragon fire or big large blast of fire and stuff, he could mow down all these apartments and stuff, no problem. Because to me right now, if Guts can't even control the Berserker armor fully, right, and he was able to take on Grumble and live, when he has full control or access to his inner demon, like okay, I'm not bringing up Bleach, and Bleach is not comparable to Berserk, but let's use Bleach as an example. When Ichigo was able to control his inner demon, his power is magnified greatly. Guts is not even tapping into the full force of the armor. So if he was to tap into his inner demon, I could only imagine the damage he would do if he was fighting with his full facilities and his demonic power. He'd be comparable to Skull Knight or even stronger. I think even stronger still. And that's something that's creepy. I'm going to sit here when I get up here for a second. Something creepy to me, right? Is like Skull Knight, he knows what's going to happen. Causality, right? It's like he's building Guts up for something. And because Guts is an introvert, he's not really asking questions that he should be asking. Like, okay, all right, let's sit for a second and think about this, right? Anybody in Guts' situation would be like, okay, who are you? Why are you trying to help me? What do you know about this whole situation? And asking questions that, address all these issues. Guts doesn't do that. Guts is he's very introverted. He'd be like, hey, Guts, how was your day? Good. And that's the end of that. You can't do things like that, right? But I know it's made like that for narrative, and also that's Guts' personality. He takes a lot on himself and he doesn't ask for help and everything. But the thing is, like, he is like a lamb being led to slaughter in my eyes. Because even when Skull Knight asked him about Casca's situation, he didn't tell him the truth. He didn't say like, hey, she doesn't have a mind fully. She can't interact with me because she's stressed out. He just played it off like it's no big deal. And that's a dangerous thing to do, right? To truly be a strong person in my eyes, if you have issues and stuff, you have to be able to say, hey, I have a problem. I can't, this is stressing me out, Guts doesn't do that. And this is why I feel the series is called Berserk, because he's taking on all this shit. Any regular person, myself included, any regular person would have a mental breakdown at some point in time with Guts, like in his world. Like, even if I was super strong like him and fighting and stuff, the fact that I can be with my loved one, and the fact that she was raped like that, and the fact that, mentally I'm fighting monsters every night and day and everything, that will mentally mess you up. But for Guts, he's like, to me, he's like the most pure human in that entire world, because no matter what, he's really innocent. If you think about it, right? He fights for what's right. He fights, like, even in despite how he feels about it, he fights for what's right, right? Because every fight he has is not because he wants to fight. He has no choice but to. Then and yes, he's known as the eternal struggler, but the thing is like, he's forced into these situations, and then he is still human no matter what he's going through. And the world is so flipping unfair to him. Like, every time he has some semblance of happiness, he loses something, and then he's supposed to take that in and just be like, oh, this is fine, everything's fine, and the place is burning around him, but everything is fine. And I think that's why the element of fire versus anything else is portrayed as such a powerful, ravaged thing. Because when Guts is portrayed with his demon dog, in his background, you always see something like fire burning, right? Notice that. Then with Flora, the forest was on fire, right? And then Shiriki and them using the elements of fire to defeat apostles and monsters and everything. Fire is a very strong element in the world of Berserk. Even Guts' arm cannon uses fire and iron, right? Iron and fire, strong materials. Oh, hey man, what's up? It's doggy. Yeah. But yeah, so my whole idea with Berserk is the theme of fire. So Guts if he gets the control of fire in terms of using fire to be able to do more damage, I think it will give him the edge he needs to start taking on the lower tier apostles. As far as the God hand goes, I honestly think the secret lies with his swords. Because, again, God hands, they are very powerful, demonic, godlike beings, right? And sorry, there's a lot of people coming up, right? My God hand members are very powerful, potent, demonic, godlike beings. They are spiritual entities that exist in the astral realm. The only way I think you could defeat them is with a weapon that could destroy astral beings, but I don't think the Demon Slayer is strong enough to do that yet. Maybe it combined with the sword of actuation, they'll have the power to do that. Or even, as I said, with Skull Knight eating the Behelits and everything, maybe trapping them so far down that they can't be summoned again. Because if there's no more Behelits to summon the God Hand members, they can't really come out into the real world. Because it doesn't matter. Every time we see God Hand members summon into the actual physical world 100%, they've either had to be in a spiritual realm area where it's tapped into the astral world, or they had to use the powers of Behelit, whether it be the Apostle Behelit or regular Behelit or the Crimson Behelit. They use the powers of Behelit to be summoned. So I feel you can either trap them, destroy them, the Behelits themselves, by tearing them apart in different pockets of the astral realm or something like that. But I think as it stands right now, I think the God Hand members, in my humble opinion, I think they are invincible to a point, honestly. Again, if you saw All Night fighting against Griffith, he used his sword of accusation. Well, it wasn't even a fight, really. He swung his sword of accusation towards Griffith. Griffith literally caught the sword swing and used that to create the Emperor into the world tree that we saw. So if Griffith, the newly born God Hand member, could do something like that, you can't tell me they have the powers to defeat him yet. So I don't think they have the powers to defeat anybody yet. But that's my 2 cents in it. But hey, I talked like, how long? 17 minutes. So you guys tell me what you think and comment below. And yeah, I'm gonna try to make a video on that new series called 8 Kaiju. Hopefully you guys look at it, and I'll make sure you guys get like a manga link to check it out. It's not an affiliate link, it's just where I go to read online for free. But I really think you guys will like it. But I miss you guys. Don't die from coronavirus. And again, my humble opinion, not financial advice, you guys should look into cryptocurrencies. The reason being is because something is happening in our government, and they're talking about things like, well, if you live in the United States like me, right? And even if you don't live in the United States, if you live all over the world, look into what's going on. Central banks are trying to make cryptocurrencies a thing. And just like look into it. I am not saying to buy any, not financial advice, but just look into your portfolio and maybe, just maybe, ask yourself why this central banks are looking at cryptocurrencies. That's it. But yeah, if you guys have anything about Berserk you want to talk to me about or share or comment about, let me know, and I'll try and make a video on that too. All right? Take care. Love you guys, and I'm done.